A lot of people think that our jewelry is made in the United States. It's not all of it at least. So we can't be at our show saying that our jewelry is made in the United States because we are lying to them. What it is we are manufactured in the United States for the most part. We just did open up a plant though in Honduras. So just so you guys are aware of that. It's a great thing though because we have a very, very close relationship with the plant in Honduras. And we did that because they saw a need down there in that area just to give jobs to that area really. And they have done an incredible job building up that area because of Premier. So just know that we're not only supporting different ministries and things like that, but we opened up a plant to help that area. So when you're at your shows, be very, very confident that our jewelry is manufactured at the highest standards possible. If you ever have an opportunity goes down to the home office and get a tour and see how our jewelry is made, please take advantage of that because it's amazing. But just so you guys know, and we'll post pictures online because we've taken a bunch of pictures of how the jewelry is made, but they go through a very strict guidelines in terms of when they say our jewelry has real silver or real gold plated over the base metal, they look at to see how many mils or how many layers of that silver or gold are on there. It's not something where it's painted on or spray paint or anything like that like costume jewelry is. We're not costume jewelry, we're high fashion jewelry. So there's 3 different segments. There's fine jewelry, which we all like to wear on our ring fingers or when we can afford it. Then there is costume jewelry, which you'll find at Kohl's or JCPenney or something like that. Right in the middle, it's high fashion jewelry. About 75% of the market is high fashion jewelry. So the stuff that you see typically on the people on the red carpet or on TV, they're typically wearing high fashion jewelry, and that's what we are. So when people are saying, oh, that same necklace is at JCPenney for half the price, that's not this. It might look the same, it's not made the same way. So again, just be very confident in the way that our jewelry is made, the guarantee behind it. And then some of the other things that is good to know, just like I said, it's not painted or spray painted or anything like that. It's actually electroplated. He's the engineering, so he could probably go into what that actually means, but it's what's electroplated. What's the?
Can you put me on a spot here?
Sorry.
It's a chemical process.
Electroplating?
Yeah, electrons and protons and neutrons and
Does
that sound impressive?
It's they use electricity to bond the real silver
Okay.
and real gold onto a durable base metal.
So there's a cathode and an anode. You can actually take it up. It's real gold. It's plated. Did you talk about it being the above standard for thickness, plating thickness? There is titanium posts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the whole metal.
Precious metal.
Yeah, the precious metal thing. I mean, they actually show you in the tanks that they put these ingots, these big ingots of precious metal. Now the gold one's not on display, but you can imagine its size compared to the silver. They're huge. I mean, they're like maybe 30 inches tall by a couple inches thick. You can imagine how many hundred thousands of dollars that this gold piece would be. But it's real,
pure.
Precious metal. Mm-hmm. It's pure. It's the purest it can be. It's not 14 karat gold, 18 karat gold, any of that. It's pure, pure gold. And through chemical, electricity, and all that stuff, jargon, it finds its way over to the metal, and they've got an X-ray system there where they take a very close look at the thickness to adhere to industry standards, where their standard is higher than the industry standard. So thickness-wise, it's a really, really good product.
Because if you go to when you go to Kohl's or JCPenney's or Claire's, basically they make that stuff and then they stand there with a spray painter and they spray it. Mm-hmm. It's literally spray painted, and that's not how this jewelry is made. So when somebody asks me, I say we use real silver and real gold on our jewelry, and we use electricity to electrically bond it to a very durable base metal. Because real silver, you can take it and bend it like that, and that's not going to hold up really nicely on your wrist or your neck. Mm-hmm. So you want something that's strong underneath that. But you can reassure them that no nickel will ever touch their skin, because Premier says that no nickel will ever touch your skin. And if there's a defect on that piece, they want it back so that they can make sure that they're looking at how they make that specific one, if they're getting a lot of them back.
And that's why we don't hear, like, we'll have people react to the jewelry. Like, if someone asks me at my show, well, I have a reaction, I'm allergic to whatever, I'm not going to tell them no because I don't know if they're going to react to it. But the reaction levels that I've heard are much lower because real silver and real gold are touching their skin. It's not like the nickel or a lot of the other alloys that are going to be touching their skin. Things like you might get at your show, it's going to turn my finger green. Again, I'm not going to tell you it's not going to turn your finger green because when someone's skin turns like green or black, it's not the jewelry that does it. It's the acidity of their skin that's reacting with the metal. So these are just things just to let you guys be more confident at your shows of how to explain what our jewelry is, because the more confidence you have, the more confidence your customers will have too. Any other questions that you guys get at your shows in terms of how the jewelry is made, or questions that you guys might have, how the jewelry is made or anything like that that you are wanting answered that hopefully I can answer for you?
I have had questions about the posts on earrings as to what they were made of.
They're surgical steel.
Okay.
The post, not the fish hook. So anything like with a fish hook or anything other than a post
Okay.
is whatever is the jewelry is made out of would be on that metal.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you have one?
That was the same question I
Same
had.
question. Yep. So if anyone has like really high sensitive ears, I always point them towards the post earrings because that would be
Also, I saw
safest.
something on Pinterest, I don't know like how valid it is, but with people that have sensitive ears, if you take not like lotion scented one, but just like pure Vaseline or pure petroleum jelly, and you take it with your finger and dip it in the thing that's going through your ear, it kind of creates a barrier.
Oh.
So I heard that, I don't know.
Same thing with rings and clear nail polish. You can always coat the inside with clear nail polish to create that barrier.
I was gonna say, my mom has eczema, so what she does is put clear nail polish on the post before she puts it in her
Oh,
ear.
okay. Perfect.
And they probably have to do that on like all, you know what I mean? Like if somebody has that severe
And they
reaction,
know.
they're doing that on all jewelry, not
Yep.
your jewelry, not this person's jewelry, you know, it's all jewelry.
Frank, did you have?
Oh, I'm fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a quick question with the nail polish. I saw somewhere, I think maybe on Facebook, that if the jewelry is tampered with in any way, such as clear nail polish,
Mhm.
if there's a defect, you can't return it. Is that accurate?
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyone
I
know the
don't
answer to
know,
that?
but I have.
Okay.
I guess it would
Will-
probably depend on what the defect
I mean,
is.
if
Like,
it
if
was,
the
like,
stone
chipping
fell out,
off.
that's not gonna be affected by the nail polish.
Right.
But that, I would say for someone needs to call Premier.
Yeah.
There is on the incentive website, there's like
It
a,
looks like
Yeah.
it looks like clear nail polish.
Mhm.
I mean, if they're selling it on the incentive website, you could probably,
Get away with that?
yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
want to
if it does,
call
it's like-
tomorrow and then post it on the Facebook page, whatever answer you get?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. 'Cause I honestly, I don't know the answer to that question. Okay. Want to do?
Yeah, well, to Jen's, reading from Jones Gems. Jones Gems. The philosophy, purpose, and plan of Premier. We did a training on this last year, and we just wanted to kind of touch base a little bit on it. A way to really lay the foundation or the groundwork for 2014. Really get a good understanding of what, who is Premier? What's their purpose? Why? What are their goals? So first and foremost, they believe in God. It's a biblically based company. Premier's founding principles are all in here. This doesn't change. It never will change. It hasn't changed. This is God's word. This is what Premier is built on. Because of that, Premier can be trusted always. What is right for Premier? What is it?
RWBP.
Say again.
WIRWBP.
What is right? What is best for Premier? So, just to kind of keep going, they believe in America and the free enterprise system. Honesty, truth, high standards, high level of morality. These are all traits of being a jeweler, of being part of Premier. This is what their expectations are of us, to be, to have high morals. You are Premier wherever you are. I've seen, and I had to learn from this myself, but social media, Twitter, Facebook, all those kind of things. I had sort of two lives. I had a Premier life and I had my own life, right? And switching between the two of those, I got a little confused, which is kind of confusing. And I felt that some of the things that I was posting or seeing people post wasn't really the best representation of being a Premier. So from my own experience, be careful what you put out there for the public to see, because you are Premier, and being in that light, being someone who represents a company like Premier, it's you can get yourself into trouble and misrepresent what Premier truly is. So Facebook is great. We use it to communicate with our team very well. I get nervous about it though. I get nervous because it can take some of the personal aspect away from relationships. And people can get a little bit too, I don't want to say carried away with, but some of the things that might be posted wouldn't necessarily represent Premier how they want to be represented. So from my own personal experience, I extend to you, be careful. This is it's your business, but you are always Premier, wherever you are, walking out and about, in the grocery store, at a friend's house, a relative's house. Hey, what do you do for a living? I sell Premier. What's Premier? And you're talking about it. Sorry, my Bluetooth disconnected. That's my other job. Sorry. Turn it off. Lost my train of thought.
You're out in the grocery store.
Yeah, grocery store. So you are Premier wherever you are, right? So get in the habit of practicing it, right? Be careful what you post. Be careful what you're doing on a Saturday night. Nobody's going to judge only God can, right? I mean, we're not here to judge each other. I got off on this tangent because I felt it kind of went along with being Premier in their philosophy. Their founding principle, to honor God and serve others. Premier is a service company. I like to say it's not a direct sales company, it's a direct service company. I don't know of any other companies around that have a chief servant officer, a CSO. I've never heard that term before coming into Premier. I didn't quite understand what does it mean to be a servant? What does it mean to have a CSO in your company? And that just goes to show you, the beliefs and the philosophy that the foreigners have utilized and put into this business. They're here to serve. We're all here to serve. When you show up at a hostess's party, your initial expectation is to be there to support your family, to be there to support your own needs, to be there to put food on the table, to fund your family's next vacation and what have you. But you're there to serve the hostess. You never know what kind of trouble or life they're living. You never know that they might just need some people in their house to keep company. You never know that they don't have the certain things that you think you have, or the stability or that. You never know what anyone's hiding in their closet, and just by you being there could be allowing them that freedom and that comfort of friendship, and I think it's very important to understand that. Yeah, we're all here. We start with a financial need, but what does that financial need get you? And understanding that you're here to serve really is the founding principle behind Premier. So another, again, helping to meet their needs, caring and sharing. When you start Premier, you have 3 levels of people directly related to or invested in you being successful. You have a Premier mom, you have your grandmother, and your Premier great-grandmother. And right away, you have investment in you. You have 3 levels deep of support, and that's them serving you, being there for you, being there to help guide you, there for your questions. And then, further and deeper than that are your sidelines and your uplines and your downlines. I mean, there's so many people invested in serving you and being here for you to help build you and help you along. So their purpose again, enrich every life you touch. Right? So showing up to a hostess to a party, you're there to enrich their life in some way. Again, just being there, getting them free jewelry. Maybe they don't have money to afford jewelry, and you're there. They have a fantastic show, and they have $500 in jewelry. Great, enriching their life. So again, you know, their plan, they use high fashion jewelry to accomplish all this. They're a ministry first. This jewelry, it could have been anything. You know, Andy and Joan could have picked, I don't know, bingo tickets. anything that probably would have been a bad idea though, but jewelry sells. And the great thing about jewelry is it's residual, it's always changing, it's evolving with the times, it's fashion. It doesn't, it's always changing. So your customers are repeat customers, right? Repeat customers could potentially be your sponsors. I mean, it just is residual, it keeps coming back. So jewelry is just a tool to create the funds to allow them to be a ministry to serve, to help you know, other ministries around the country, around the world. They've been in since 1985. It's never changed. Their philosophy, their purpose, their plan, it has never changed. It never will change. We're sort of coined as the next generation. There's sort of this passing of the torch that's happening now. And what's that, in how many years everyone's going to be under all of us?
10.
In 10 years, roughly 10 years.
Right now, we've got like 32,000 reps nationwide. They're saying the next 10 years, it's probably going to double. Obviously, the next 32,000 will be under whoever's sponsoring now.
Right. So if you can imagine that, I mean, just take an idea of what 10 years from now is going to be looking like. And you're in this business now. In 10 years from now, anyone new coming in that amount of time is going to be under you, right? I mean, isn't that amazing? You're at the top. So this passing of the torch, so to speak, this second generation, it's you know, Andy, Tim taking over as president. It's Andy sort of a huge presence, God willing, for many more years to come. But you know, as they pass the torch on to us, it's our duty, our obligation to understand these principles, their philosophy, their purpose, and their plan, because it starts with us and it can stop with us as well. So as we learn it ourselves, it's our responsibility to pass this on and make sure that these principles are grounded and never changing. This is a picture of Premier's marketing plan that I took. I'm sorry, it's not that large. You don't even have to look at it. I'll tell you why. Because it is the same as it is now. Premier's marketing plan: 10-10-10, 50%. This was on the table that Andy and Joan signed the letters of intent, the organizational documentation to form Premier. This was the first document that showed Premier's marketing plan over 28 years ago. It's exactly the same now. It's identical. Nothing has changed. Nothing will change. Our marketing plan has service built into it. When you become involved in Premier, you automatically have 3 people invested in seeing you do well. It's spelled out on day 1 and is intact today, and it never will change. So there's something for y'all. Premier's philosophy, purpose, and plan. Thank you.